Have you ever made a Christmas tree swag? Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. I have Louie with me today wearing a super cute sweater. Louie, show them how cute your sweater is. It's super cute. And we are going to grab 2 of these Dollar Tree Christmas trees and make a gorgeous, simple and easy Christmas swag. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's go over a few things we're going to use for this wreath. My supervisor is here as per usual. So we're going to start with 2 Christmas trees from the Dollar Tree, and you're not going to need any of this plastic stuff, just the actual Christmas tree. Next, I'm going to be using some wired garland ties, some ornaments eventually, some florals. I'm going to be using these poinsettias that are ivory. Then these pigs. These are actually from the Dollar Tree. Look how pretty these are. Then you're going to need some floral wire. For this type of wreath, I highly encourage that you go through your ribbon stash and look through what you have left, what you can use up, because you can make a simple bow if you have a certain ribbon that is not that long, or if you have more of a ribbon that's left over, you can make a poof bow. So you can definitely adjust what you have with the actual wreath. Last but not least, you're going to need a few zip ties. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten my Christmas trees. Next, I'm going to overlay my Christmas trees, the second one on top. I'm going to lay a little further. Let me show you from the back. Basically, where the base is at the top, right here at the stem, that's where this next one is going to start. And then I'm going to grab a zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie Christmas trees in 2 places where I feel like it's going to hold really well. Nice and tight, and of course towards the top. And then make sure when you're cutting these off that it's towards the side so that the back does not scratch. Next, I'm going to grab a wired garland tie, and this one matches my greenery pretty well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot glue right inside this little opening right here and stick it in just a little bit. You don't need much. And that's just so it stays in place. Next, I'm just going to add some hot glue right there. And then I'm going to make a loop right on top, just holding my finger right here. I'm going to make a loop, and then I'm going to start going down. The loop is to hang the wreath, and the rest is to conceal this area right here. I'm going to put a little bit more hot glue, and I'm going to put more just to cover the rest of it. We're going to have a bow here, so it really doesn't matter too much, but at least you have that covered. And in the back it's much nicer, and in the front. Now I'm going to start opening everything up, and any of these branches, just start opening everything up and bringing it up. That way we know what we have to work with. This area right here where the 2 are overlapping, it has a big space. This is where the bow is going to go. The rest we're just going to open. This area should be nice and full for you. And if you see zip ties or any of that, that's fine. We are going to cover everything. In this area right here, to kind of fill this space up, going to grab one of the garland ties, wrap it around that area, and just let it go. If you want, you can definitely just throw in some hot glue so it stays in place. That way you kind of filled in that area a little bit more. The rest we should be fine. The next thing I like to do is the bow, because that is our focal point, and when you're done with the bow you can see what you can put in and where. I'm going to be using the bow maker, and I have this in my Amazon shop. I have it in the description box, so you can just click the link and find it. They are not expensive, anywhere from $11 to $13. You can definitely do this without one. Just these dowels help to keep everything in place, and I like using that. So I'm going to measure my little tail about 6 inches. I'm not going to really need a big long tail on this one, and because this is one-sided, I'm going to do a twist. My loops, I don't want too big, so I'm going to keep them about 4.5 inches. Then another twist, because as you can see, this is shiny and this is matte. I only did 4 loops of the ivory ribbon, and now I'm going to do the red ribbon. As I said, I highly encourage using your leftovers. I'm not doing dovetails with this bow. I'm just doing little angled bow tails. This one is one-sided also. You want the gold to be on top. Here it's matte. So I'm going to start with the tail, and I'm going to twist. And then I'm going to continue making 4.5 inch little loops. To bring my bow together, I'm just going to use a zip tie. Cut the tail off. And then I'm going to grab a floral wire and just twist it in the back. And this is just so I have something to tie to our actual wreath form. And then I'm going to just continue twisting and making sure my bow is nice and secure. Now I'm going to just poof out my bow because the decorating part of it will all depend how everything looks. Fluffing out the bow is very important to do that in the beginning. After my bow is on, now it's time to fill it in. To decorate, we are going to go from the largest to the smallest. So our largest would be these picks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start by taking all the tags off. The first one, I'm going to cover this area right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it through, and as you can see, it went through the wire right here in the bow. And if you feel like it's loose, you can definitely grab some hot glue, put some hot glue. You can wrap one of these around, but it's so tight against the actual stem that it's not going to go anywhere. The next two, I'm going to spread them out. I want one to be about there. Just going to lightly put it first. And then the other one to be around somewhere right here. I'm going to go towards the stem, and I'm going to grab one of my branches and wrap it around. Then I'm going to grab that same branch and go in between the two of these, and then I'm going to push it up. This is what's going to lock this in place. I'm going to do the same process and put this one in a little bit lower because we want this beautiful cascade. As I'm looking at my wreath, I want more greenery here. So I'm just putting in one of the wired garlands, and I'm going to twist it, and you could put as many of these as you want. Now it's time to bring our poinsettias in, and I'm going to start at the top, and I want to cover this area just a little bit, give it a little bit more dimension. We have a bow going on. I don't necessarily want it in the center, but that's where it's going to end up. And I'm just going to hot glue it basically to this pick right here. Then I'm going to lay the rest of them out, and I try to work in a bit of a zigzag pattern. I decided to add only 2 more. One right here and the other one a little lower to the side. For this next part, you can either use ornaments or you can use these picks also from the Dollar Tree, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these apart, and I'm just going to start sticking them in and wrapping the greenery around them. And then once all of them are in, that's when I'm going to come back with some hot glue and make sure that they are settled in place nicely. I need more fullness right here. So what I decided to do is grab more of my leftover ribbon and basically make tails. Find my center and just go around our actual bow. And after I went all the way around nice and tight, I'm going to do a quick twist, hot glue it in place, and we just filled in that side. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And then with my ivory one, because it's a little thicker, I'm just going to go underneath and hot glue it in place underneath the bow. And that's just going to stick on the sides. I can make it shorter if I need to. So there's a quick solution if you want a little bit more fullness. Now all that's left is to bring some of the red in the bow a little bit throughout the wreath. So I'm going to be using these glittery pom-poms. They come in different styles. These have little sparkles on them, and because of all the sparkle I have going on, they will match. So I'm going to be using those, but they have fuzzy ones. They have some vase fillers like this you can use, or just simple ones like this that Dollar Tree has. And now I'm just going to grab these and start hot gluing them here and there. And then I got some white fuzzies, and these are just clean little snowflake, I guess, looking ones. I'm going to hot glue these throughout. Have you ever made a Christmas swag? In the comments below, I would love to know if you have or if you are planning on making one. I thought this one was super easy, super fun, and I encourage you to use whatever you have at home. This should be something that is absolutely affordable. You can also do this using one Christmas tree like I have right here, but it's going to be a little shorter than the one I made. Obviously, using two Christmas trees makes the swag a little longer, a little bigger, but you can also get away with using one Christmas tree and make a swag that's perfect for you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the like and the bell button so you are notified every time a video comes out. If you're still in the mood to watch more videos, Louie has prepared two right there for you. Thank you, Louie. You're so sweet. And with that being said, we will see you in the next video. Peanut butter walk, what do you think? Both? Yeah. We will see you guys. Bye!